Growing older is often seen as something to resist, something to slow down, or something to hide. But what if growing older is actually a gift? What if these later years of life, often quiet, less busy, and more reflective, are not the end of something, but the beginning of something more meaningful, more intentional, more free? In her powerful book, The Gift of Years, Growing Older Gracefully, Joan Chittister challenges everything the world tells us about aging. She invites us to reconsider the way we look at the second half of life, not as a slow descent, but as an upward journey into purpose, clarity, and truth. This book is not about anti-aging. It's not about how to stay young. It's about why aging matters, why these years hold wisdom we couldn't have understood before, why peace, purpose, and personal growth don't end at 60. In fact, they might just begin. Chittister speaks directly and compassionately to the hearts of older adults. She understands the unspoken thoughts many seniors carry, the sense of invisibility, the quiet grief over lost roles, the struggle to feel useful or needed in a fast-moving world. And yet, through every page, she shines a light on the hidden beauty of this season. She reminds us that the freedom of aging is real. You are no longer bound by expectations, by social pressure, or by ambition. You are no longer chasing after titles or proving your worth. In aging, you are finally free to just be, to listen to your own voice, to return to passions you had no time for before, to love more deeply, more quietly, more intentionally. Chittister writes that aging is not a time to disengage from life, but a time to re-engage with the self. It's a time of harvest, where all the experiences, heartbreaks, lessons, and joys of your younger years come together like threads in a rich tapestry. She explores topics that most books about aging avoid: regret, loneliness, the fear of but she doesn't dwell in sorrow. She offers perspective, that even regret can become grace, that letting go is not weakness, but strength, that surrendering what no longer serves us can be the start of something beautiful. She reminds us that silence is not emptiness, it is space. A sacred space where we finally hear the deeper voice within, the voice of memory, of truth, of soul. And as we reflect in this space, we may find that these years are not about what we've lost, but about what we've gained: time, stillness, self-awareness, an ability to see life through the lens of wisdom, rather than urgency. In The Gift of Years, Chittister emphasizes that aging is deeply spiritual. This is a time to ask, who am I, really? What do I want to give back? What legacy do I want to leave? You may no longer be raising children, climbing ladders, or making big moves, but your presence, your stories, your example, they matter more than you know. You become a keeper of history, a mentor to the young, a living testimony to resilience, forgiveness, and strength. There is something incredibly powerful in an older person who has found peace, who isn't trying to escape age but instead welcomes it like an old friend. That kind of serenity is contagious, and it's what Chittister calls the grace of aging. She reminds us that joy doesn't retire, meaning doesn't expire, love doesn't weaken. In fact, the heart grows softer with time, and with softness comes depth, compassion, and clarity. Perhaps aging is not about doing less, but about doing what matters most. Maybe now is the time to write that book, call that friend, learn a new language, volunteer, or simply sit in the sun, watch the birds, and feel that you are enough, exactly as you are. The Gift of Years is a book that doesn't give answers. Instead, it opens doors to new ways of thinking, to the possibility that life after 60, 70, even 80 isn't less than life before. It's more grounded, more authentic, more full of quiet joy. So if you or someone you love is entering this season of life, if you're seeking purpose, grace, or simply comfort in the face of change, this book is a gentle, wise companion. Let it walk with you. Let it remind you that age is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. Because aging is a gift, not given to everyone. And what we do with that gift is entirely up to us. May you grow older not just gracefully, but gratefully. And may these years be your richest yet.